Alright folks, welcome to a new video here. I don't know, is that what YouTubers say or people that do this stuff? I don't really know what I'm doing, but I didn't know what else to say, so I just went with that. That was weird. Okay, now that we're past that, this video is not a traditional video where we're working on the duster, going on a road trip or anything. I am working on a very good friend of mine, Mr. Bryce. You guys may know him as Bryce Cold on Instagram. Just picked up a 6.1 liter Hemi for his coronet, so I'm painting the valve covers. Pretty freaking stoked to do this. Last time I did valve cover was that one, nice little start, and then obviously I did the American flag one, which is in the car now, which was a lot more detailed. I don't have the picture of what we're basing this off of, but obviously it's going to be American flag, and it's supposed to look like tattered and kind of ripped up, and I guess you could say patina, but not really patina, so I don't know. It's gonna look a little weathered, we'll go with. Right here, I did a couple little sketches. If you guys can see that, you can see the difference between the two is the top one is like a traditional flag. It's blue where the stars are, and the bottom one is obviously black where the stars are. Now the picture Bryce sent me, the background for the stars was black, so I figured I'd do two little sketches, see which one we liked better. And we both agreed that the black background looked a lot better. It keeps it simple, you know, not as many colors. And the engine bay, so that's kind of the overview. Flip the camera around and show you guys what I've got done so far. It probably doesn't look like I've done much. Obviously they're black. When Bryce sent them to me, they were red. Whoever painted them before, I don't know if they didn't know how to use a spray can or they just... It was really orange peely. I can't talk. And it was pretty messy. So I repainted both sides here, spent a couple hours sanding it all down, getting it smooth, filler primer, and then this. Nothing too crazy. So right now that that's painted, the black is obviously the background. I'll show you guys that again. You can see what that's gonna look like. I'm gonna go through and I need to start taping out the stripes. So what I'm using here is thin vinyl tape like this. You can pretty much find it anywhere, super easy. And then masking tape. So once I do the edges with the thin vinyl tape, you'll see what I mean by that. Then I'll just go through and cover up the main section with the masking tape. And then I can go ahead and paint the white stripes. I can peel up the tape that's on the black spots, and then I'll tape over the white spots to paint the red stripes, and then I'll go through and do the stars. So like I said before, normally this isn't my usual type of video here, but I figured, you know, if you're gonna do this YouTube thing, everyone says you gotta be consistent, so I figured why not make videos of just little stuff I'm doing like this, even if it's not the duster here. So this is a little project I'm working on. There's a bunch of other things I can film, start doing little episodes like this. This actually may turn into a 2-part episode depending on how long I go, but I wasn't sure about making an episode about this until obviously I got to paint it like this, so that's why I didn't start filming this before when I got these, but I'll throw up a picture. But right now, I'm going to do the time lapse and start getting to work on the stripes on this thing. This valve cover here fully taped out, and if you saw in the time lapse, I almost said live stream for some reason, I didn't use my cool blue vinyl tape, and that is because I don't know if you can see that there's none left. Yeah, so just went ahead, used this stuff, split it in half with an X-Acto knife because this is 1 inch wide and the stripes here need to be 3/4 of an inch wide. So I just kind of overlaid that, and you can see here it's a little bit of a jagged edge. Now Bryce actually gave me the idea of, you know, ripping the tape and then just kind of laying it down, so it would go with like the jagged edge, like the patina look we're kind of going for, the weathered look. So I did the stripes like normally, and then on top of that I went through and did like the jagged look. So I think it's a genius idea. Hoping it turns out good. I was just gonna do the thing where paint it all clean, go through, scuff up a couple spots, and it'll look like that, which I am going to do in a couple spots once I get done. But this is a good place to start, and we'll see how it looks. So the next step will be shooting both of these white, do a couple coats, and I think I'll call it a night. Alright, it's the following day, and I let the white here dry overnight. You guys just saw the time lapse of me taking all the paint off. I just did that this morning. I'm shooting my breaks for school here, so I gotta film this pretty quick. So I'll just flip the camera around and show you what it looks like once the tape's all off. So it probably doesn't look like what you guys expected it to look like, because it definitely doesn't look like what I expected it to look like, if that makes sense. It's not a bad thing though. This is, you know, the look we're going for, the kind of weathered look. And if you look in the pictures here, this is my little like sketch that I just did. We're gonna have black in between the stripes, so it's gonna be like faded and tattered once it gets towards the bottom. So you can see my pencil marks, if it'll focus real quick. You can see my pencil marks here and there where the white stripe, you know, should be if it was gonna be a solid line. So after I masked everything off, I put like some ripped pieces of tape along the edges so it'll look tattered like that. Now you're gonna think, oh, the red stripe's gonna be bigger than the white stripes. No, I'm gonna do the red stripes normally, and then I'm gonna like do the same thing, rip some tape up so it's gonna be tattered. So there's gonna be black in between the red stripes, so the black and white stripes. So there's gonna be like, that's gonna be black, and it'll just kind of be like faded all along through it. So kind of be like there's 3 layers. But not really. It's just gonna look like that the stripes are, they're faded and like tattered, but they're not like faded and tattered overlapping, if that makes sense. Like there's gonna be black showing behind it. It probably looks really weird right now, and I can't explain it very well. But once I get the red on and peel the tape off of that, I'll show you guys what I mean. It'll make a lot more sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry probably for the rest of the day. Still a bit tacky. Before I put any tape on it, I want to let it dry, erase some of my pencil marks, and then I can start laying tape for the red. All right, I got these stripes all taped off for the red one. See, I got that painted already. Did this in a couple stages here. Figured I'd do a time lapse of me taping it off because I've already done that a couple times this video and probably got boring. So basically what I did is I just taped over the white stripes, and then you can see I went through and did like the jagged edges all along it to make it look tattered. So did a first coat on the red one earlier today. I think it's gonna look really good. It's a nice solid dark red. Go ahead, shoot this one, do a couple coats, let it dry overnight, peel up the tape. Basically same thing as I did with the white. I'll show you guys what it looks like. All right, it's the following morning. I let the paint dry overnight, just peeled up all the tape, and look in the valve covers now, and gotta admit they do look a little bit, I don't know, not kind of what I was expecting. So what I'm gonna do right now is obviously this part would be where the stars would go and it would be blue, but we decided we're gonna paint it black and do like white stars. So I'm gonna tape that off, and I'm going to paint that black, oh wow, this black box right here white. Then I will lay these star stickers I have right here, for focus, over the white and then paint it black. So then I'll go through and peel up the star stickers. So it's like a stencil, I guess. That way there's no actual stickers on it. I wish I would have thought of that when I did my valve cover, but it is what it is. And then kind of the game plan for the rest of the valve covers is once I do that, I'm gonna go through, sand some of the edges to make it look a little more weathered and stuff, and hopefully that'll look better. And then I gotta go through and paint these blocks here black again, and then I'm going to paint the Hemi letter silver there. All right, so I obviously got these blocks here painted white. You can see that one over there is painted as well. And this one, you can see I just went through and laid out all these stars. That's a lot of tedious work. So underneath the stars will be white. I'll go ahead and paint this black, just like the rendering up here shows. We're going. All right, you can see right here, I painted this black, took all the tape off. Star stickers are still on. I started peeling the corners ones. Well, I can't talk. And then I remembered, gotta film a clip, but I got a little anxious last night and did the other one here, and oh my gosh, that is so sick. Peeled up all the stars here, and then went through, sanded a couple spots, made it look more weathered. God, that looks so sick. I'm super happy Bryce likes it too. So to finish up this one here, the next step will be sand it as well, just like I did here. Gosh, just going back and forth, pointing between each one. All right, so now that I got these stars peeled off on this one here, I went through and scuffed it up a little bit. Nothing too crazy yet, just started on it to, smooth it all out, make sure it looks all good. And as you can see, this is the black. Remember what I did, like the taping along it to make it kind of look ripped up. Now the next step is, there we go. The next step is take some sandpaper here and scuff it up. So I'm gonna start off with some 80 in some spots, because then it can really sand some paint off. And then I'll move up to 220, and I gotta shoot 400 here. So that way it smooths it all out, because this 80 grit is obviously pretty rough, so I don't want a ton of scratches or stuff like that. But the cool thing about this is it'll sand through to get to, like, say, the primer right there. And then another trick I have learned, especially doing the cord panel on the duster, is with an X-Acto knife here, you can kind of rub it like this. I don't know if you guys can see that there, what it did. And it'll kind of scrape it up there. And the cool thing like this is you can see those marks like there. Like it makes it like lines rather than just sand, it'd sand it smooth. I know I'm probably not the best at explaining it. But here, let's see. So like you see that kind of there. It kind of looks like it's almost like burnt. So I'm just gonna go through, do the entire valve cover like this, and I'll show you guys what it looks like once I'm finished. Well, here they are, both of them completely weathered, if you want to say, or patina. Man, these look so sick. Oh, I really like how this is turning out. I didn't think of this like before, but afterwards I'm happy that I did a white underneath the black, because when you sand through and you can see the white, it's probably my favorite part. The hard thing was, trying to make one match and look like the other, so I just did the same exact process. Sanded it, like I told you guys, went over it with some Scotch-Brite here, and then I sprayed it with some simple green and wiped it all down with a rag to clean it all, get all like the, I don't know, there's like paint shavings, I guess if you want to call it, and like some of the sanding, but all this is smooth, looks really nice. The next step is to tape out the Hemi letters, which you can barely see right there, and shoot those silver. All right, I just finished up half of the hardest part of this one so far, which, so you can see the Hemi and 6.1 liters are all taped off. So I had my skinny little vinyl tape right here, went through, masked, and cut with the X-Acto knife. Everything. That took a while. My fingers hurt. Now that this one's done, it's time to do this one. But as you can see, I have the, I want to say like coil blocks, because I'm assuming that's where the coils go behind. At least that's what it looks like. All taped off, so I'm painting those black. So I'll shoot that. Then tomorrow, I guess I can go ahead and do this. I don't know, I just want to get this done, so that's why I went ahead and do this. But we are doing this silver, so it's time to paint that. Okay, so I finally ran into some struggles on these valve covers here. Yeah. So with the, I don't even know which one. Oh yeah, it was that one. What happened was I did the paint on the black before, and there was tons of scratches. So I went through, sanded it, 2 coats filler primer, and it looked really good. So I went through, did that. Then I taped out this side here, which is the side that I finished doing the silver lettering, and I just to double check, make sure that the silver doesn't peel up. I put some paper towels underneath it, taped over that, so that's all good. And I went through and sanded these, did a coat of filler primer, and just letting them dry. So once that dries, second to last step will be tape out the Hemi letters on this side and paint those. All right, everyone, it's been a day or two now. I've been just working on some things, nothing really to film on the valve covers here. But I've been having some issues, specifically with the one that still got tape on it behind me, because the other one over there is completely done. That one turned out flawlessly. So I'll show you guys what that looks like and the issues I'm having with this one right here. So the issue I've been having, like I said, is with the silver on the Hemi letters right here. You can see, yeah, not good. So I've just been going through sanding, putting some filler primer on, and shot silver, and you can tell, obviously, I got to go through and sand it again, because that looks no bueno. Whereas the completed one over there, I got some clear coat on it last night, and oh my gosh, that looks literally amazing. I cannot believe how well it turned out. So once I get this one finished up here, it'll look like that, and I'll be even more happy. Well, everything was going perfectly on these valve covers, not a single issue, and just finished up the last coat of clear on these last night. Came down here to check on them this morning. And are you freaking kidding me? If it'll focus, there we go. I got a nice wrinkle right there. The only spot. This one is perfect. That one turned out really nice. This one is perfect. Just that, oh, so annoying. Everything was going so well, but luckily that's an easy fix. I can't complain too much because the rest of the paint laid super nice on these. So plan is, sand that, maybe I can just go through the clear coat if it's not too bad. That way I don't have to re-prime and paint it and just shoot another coat of clear. But I think I had a pretty thick coat on this section, and that's why it did that. Because I did some light coats on this one. No issues there. Well, I have 100% completely finished valve covers. You can see them right here behind me, and oh my gosh, the last few days were kind of a pain on these things. So having some trouble with the clear coat, but I finally got it to lay down all flush, did a couple coats on each, and these things look amazing. I'm so happy with the way they turned out. Went ahead, painted the bottom side too, just so it's a solid black now. This is a ton of work. I have no idea how many hours I put into it, but I am extremely excited with the way they turned out, and I cannot wait to see what they look like on the engine. So right now, I gotta get these things packaged up and to the post office to mail them back to Bryce, where he will put them on the engine, and I'll throw some pictures of them on the engine in this video so you guys can see what they look like. All right, behind me here, got it all packaged up. So that's gonna be it for this video. Appreciate you guys watching, a little bit of a different style. Well, it was a fun video to make. I'm extremely excited with the way those valve covers turned out. I cannot wait to see them on Bryce's engine and in the Coronet, hopefully soon. So appreciate you guys watching, like I already said, and that's gonna be it for this one.